Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an ingredient to the race that we might look back on later as having been a path to finding the winner. Well, Sunday racing at Sha Tin this week, the Chevalier Cup day, and more of that later. First of all, we're going to take a look at race 5 and our winning factor here, the hot combination. Well, no superstars here in this Class 4 mile, certainly none we know of at this stage, but a winner is still to be found, and I think there will be fans for horses like Decisive Action and Everlaugh nearer the top of the weights, Seaweed Fortune racing particularly well, All for St Paul's off a very brave last start second, and Happy Win Win returns from a Class 5 win, but he's always been competitive in Class 4. However, I think there will also be plenty of eyes on Master Hero as well, for the combination of Joao Moreira and Tony Cruz. And I'm going to show you why in just a moment. Of course, Moreira at the moment, a runaway leader in the jockey's title race, and obviously a jockey that a lot of punters like to follow. But there are a few do's and don'ts, and we're going to have a look at, I guess they're more the do's than anything else on this graphic. And what you see here is Moreira's partnerships, his top 6 trainer combinations this season. Quite meaningful even at this stage, as we are a quarter of the way into the season now. And Moreira ahead of market expectations with all of them, and some terrific strike rates there as well. A word of warning as we go forward, normally he has more rides and more winners for John Size than anyone, but does not beat expectations longer term, so that figure with Size might not hold up. But where the real gold has been with the Magic Man has been with Tony Cruz, just 12 rides for 5 wins. And the Tony Cruz trained Master Hero made his racecourse debut over 1400 metres 2 weeks ago when Vincent Ho, who's currently suspended, was aboard. Light blue and grey colours, and you see on the inside not the best to begin, and then gets a nice trip through the race on the rails, and rounding the home turn, Vincent edges him out, looking for clear room. Now, around the 300 metre mark, you see he has to wait for another horse to improve around him before he gets into the clear, but then he chases down that same horse, beats him home, and in fact beats all but the winner on that occasion. On Sunday, once again, he gets an inside draw, and as we look at the map, if his start has improved with that experience, then maybe he'll be closer than I've mapped him here, but if it hasn't, he should still be getting a nice trip midfield, off a moderate speed, set by All for St Paul's and probably Light My Day, and hopefully more clear running all the way down the straight, and I think he'll relish the 1600 metres. So the tip in race 5, Master Hero. His winning factor, the hot combination. Joao Moreira, well, he's not called on all that often by Tony Cruz, but when he is, they are a deadly combination, and I think Master Hero gives them another chance to improve on that impressive score. The other race I want to take a look at is race 7, and our winning factor here, the weights. Now this is the day's feature, a Group 1 over 1600 metres, the Chevalier Cup, and a quality lineup as you'd expect with the informed Buddies, last year's defending champion in the race, Fast Most Furious, a number of horses coming back from group races including Precious Ship and Super Oasis. Where I want to put the focus is on the horses without the group form yet, Lucky Express and Sky Darcy. Now the Chevalier Cup has been around for quite a while in the same format, and in fact at one stage it was the designated lead-up for the Hong Kong Mile, with all of the best milers in Hong Kong taking part. Now that changed a little bit when the Jockey Club introduced the Jockey Club Mile as a lead-up, but it's still a quality race, and I want to show you a graphic here of past results. And you'll see here a number of quality horses on their way through the ranks, including Beauty Flash and Designs on Rome, who won the race as 4-year-olds on their way to the classic races later in the season where they starred. And it's that kind of a stepping stone race. As a result, you might also notice that there is a preponderance of winners down lower in the weights. It is just that kind of race. And this year the 4-year-olds who are down in the weights and looking to advance themselves are Lucky Express and Sky Darcy. Both of them are looking to attempt 1600 metres for the first time here, but certainly both horses on their way towards the Classic Mile against their own age in January, and trying to establish some class on the way there. So let's take a look at what they've been doing. And first of all, we go to race 190, and this is Lucky Express. You'll see him in the predominantly purple colours with yellow stars, and he's slowly away in this race a couple of weeks ago, something he's done a couple of times now. And in the context of this race, that was not a help. As you can see on the heat map, the leaders just ambled through the first half, picked things up from the 800 metre turn, and then sprinted home, and that made it difficult to make a lot of ground. So even though a beaten favourite once again, Lucky Express's effort was very good. Now that was in the same grade as he meets on Sunday, over 1400 metres, but when we look at Sky Darcy, we're looking at a Class 3 last start at Happy Valley over 1200 metres. This is race 183, and it's a dazzling win to the eye as he comes from a position in midfield in those bright green and gold colours and unleashes a brilliant sprint to win with ease under 133 pounds. Now Casper Founds has rolled the dice a little bit here with Sky Darcy. He's gone from a Class 3 to a Class 1, so he's skipped a grade, but he gets the big weight drop as a result. And both he and Lucky Express have performed at 1400 metres, but they are looking to extend that now to the mile. So that is a question mark over them. But when we look at the map, this probably isn't going to be a real test of stamina. Buddies has been doing a great job leading, and he should be able to find the front again with the only other potential pace horse, the dirt specialist, King's Shield. And that's where the starts come in. As you can see, he's drawn a little bit awkwardly, Lucky Express, and if he jumps well and he can put himself into the race from that awkward gate, he'd be more of a threat. But I think we're going to see Sky Darcy with better manners and a better gate in front of him in the run. So the tip in race 7, Sky Darcy, his winning factor, the weights. I think we've got two upwardly mobile 4-year-olds here on their way to the Classic Mile and getting a lot of weight off their well-explored rivals. And I think Sky Darcy might have the best of that two-headed contest. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.